How are we doing, guys? And welcome back to 𝐅𝐍 TV. This is a quick live preview of Brentford versus Leeds. I thought it was a Friday night, and I thought, why not show off the new studio? Again, this looks like a little bit like the old studio, but it is new. Believe it or not, it is new. It is new. Still some alterations and that lot to make on it. Hopefully, this will all come across fine and that lot in terms of sound, etc., etc. If you can smash that like button for us, that'd be a massive help. And why not subscribe if you haven't done already? So Brentford versus Leeds. Let's get some comments in, guys. How are we feeling going into this one? Obviously, deadline day is just finished. Make sure you check out Jack and Chris's deadline day reaction videos if you haven't done already. And yeah, let's talk about the Leeds versus Brentford. First and foremost, what do we reckon the starting 11 will be going into this game? For me, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to decide. Obviously, we've got loads of different options in terms of in the three behind the centre forward. You know, obviously Sinisterra, Aaronson, Klich, even I think it's an option now, and Jack Harrison himself. So you know, we've got some nice bit of depth there. But in terms of going up front, what options do we have? That's a little bit more limited. For me, let us know what you think, guys. For me, I would go something a little bit different in this game. I would go 𝐷𝐄𝐂 in the 10 role. I really have liked 𝐷𝐂𝐂 in that role. Brendan Aaronson off the right, like he started the season in that role. Jack Harrison on the left. And I'm going to go something a little bit different. I'm going to say Luis Sinisterra to play as a false nine. It might sound like a crazy take, but for the next couple of weeks, I think that's something we should try. If Paddy Bamford's not fully fit, if Joffrey 𝐷𝐄𝐂 isn't fully fit, that's what I'll probably try. Listen, it's not our strongest 11 by any stretch of the imagination, but I think temporarily that might be the best we can go with. So let us know what you think, guys. So I think if you have just joined, I think Aaronson on the right, Klich in the 10 role, Harrison on the left, Sinisterra through the middle, because I think Harrison's at his best on the left. I think Sinisterra is also at his best on the left, but realistically, you can't play them both in the same position. So for me, the best temporary option is to move Sinisterra inside. I think Sinisterra does like to play inside anyway. I think we saw in that Everton game, he does tend to come inside a lot rather than stay out wide. I think it's an option, but let us know what you think, guys. Alex Whitaker says, I think it sounds good, but it makes me wonder who comes on for them during the game. Not much depth. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Somerville, I think I'd like to see get a lot more minutes now. I think he shows more, for me personally, than what Dan James has shown in terms of in the minutes he's played this season. I think Somerville looked sharp against Barnsley. Yes, I know it's only Barnsley, but I personally felt he looked more sharp than Dan James. And I wish Dan James all the best, by the way, in his loan move at Fulham. There's no question about that, as long as it doesn't cost us. I do wish Dan James all the best, but I do think Somerville deserves those minutes. It's tough, isn't it? It's tough. In terms of hopefully Bamford can play half an hour or so. I think if he can, it makes a big difference. Joffrey, again, it's been a frustrating last couple of weeks for Joffrey, but there's an option there. But I do think, as Riley and Will say here, I think a false nine has got to be the option now for the time being. If Patrick Bamford's not fully fit. I think that is the best option for this moment in time. I think Sinisterra is the most suited to that position because he's got a shot on him. We know he can finish. We know he's obsessed with scoring goals. I think he's played there before for finals. So I think temporarily that is our best option. But let us know, guys. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let's have a yes or no in this. Yes for Sinisterra in the false nine. No for Sinisterra in the false nine. Let us know. Just a yes or no in the comments. Let's get some in now. We've got almost 50 in the chat. Unbelievable support already, guys. Let's get some yes or no's in. Let's see. Come on, yes or no? Yes or no to Sinisterra in that false nine role? Yes. Okay, right. Alex says yes. Justin says no. Alison says yes. Steve Brown says yes. Cheers there to Justin as well. And yeah, guys, if you can smash a like, that would be massively helpful. As always, guys, this is a bit of an impromptu one. But I want to get a live preview out because let us know what you think about the studio, guys. Let us know what you think about the studio. There's still a couple of things here. This bit here is going to get filled in, don't worry. In terms of Jack Daniels bottles won't be visible for the rest of the season. But I've got a nice little plan for this here. So don't worry too much. Something quite exciting actually is going to take up this space, hopefully. But yeah, let's see. So if you have said no to Sinisterra through the middle, I'm not going to question that because at the end of the day, I don't think it's Sinisterra's best position. Who should play in the false 9 spot? Are we saying Aaronson, Harrison are an absolutes? Who should play in that false 9 spot? Let's just see. Let's see. Let's get some names. 𝐺𝐈𝐍 is, I'd imagine he's available. I've not seen anything else different. Even 𝐺𝐈𝐍. Could we start 𝐺𝐈𝐍? I doubt it. I doubt we'll start him. But I will just say on 𝐺𝐈𝐍, I really like this signing. I do really like the signing. Yes, we maybe wanted a different profile of centre forward in terms as our first choice in terms of who we initially went for. But I think 𝐺𝐈𝐍 is a special talent. I think he strengthens the squad in terms of as an option out wide as well, just to add, in terms of the question marks about us in terms of depth in those wide areas. Sonny Perkins is getting a mention too. Gary Dog wants 𝐺𝐈𝐍 up top. Let us know, guys. Let's get some names. If you are against Sinisterra starting through the middle, let us know. But I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is just my opinion on this. So let's go. Let's hope. Let's hope, Alison. Let's hope. But guys, if you haven't voted for us already and you do like what we do, then please vote for us. If you do like us enough to vote for us, then please do vote for us on the Football Content Awards. If you Google it, you will find it straight away, and you can vote for ourselves. Let's see, Justin Thomas. So Sinisterra on the right, Harrison left, Aaronson 10, Paddy 9, then bring Joffrey on for Paddy if needed. Yeah, absolutely. It just depends if Bamford's fit enough to start a game. If he is fit enough to start, then yes, I agree with this, Justin. You know what? I agree with this. It's just, is he fit enough to even start a game at this moment in time? If he's fit enough to play an hour, then yeah, then let's do it. And I like this off Gary Dog, but I like that. For me, that is our strongest front four if Paddy Bamford's fit. But again, I'm not going to take anything for granted at this moment in time. Gary Dog, 𝐺𝐈𝐍, Rooney-esque start. I think he's referring to Rooney against Arsenal there into whatever year. I think it was early 2000s, wasn't it? Yeah, I do really think 𝐺𝐈𝐍 is going to make a big impact to this football club. I think certainly even this season, I think he's going to make impacts off the bench. He might start the odd game. I think it's a really nice, exciting option to have in the squad. And I just think in terms of what we've done, I like Dan James. I do like Dan James, but I think 𝐺𝐈𝐍 has got another level for me. I think he's got another level of quality. That's just for me personally, but I do just think 𝐺𝐈𝐍, the fact he's played for Italy 4 times at the age of 18 is just absolutely mad and an unreal achievement. Justin Thomas, does Rodders come straight back into the team? Yeah, of course. I think Rodders has started the season amazingly well. I think he's done a good job in the centre forwards role. But listen, that injury looked pretty nasty. So for me, depending on how things go, let's see how things go in his next couple of weeks without Rodrigo. I'd imagine he probably does come straight back into the team. I think Jesse Marsch is a big fan of Rodrigo Moreno. I think the fact that he made him one of the leaders of the leadership group early doors, the fact he made him captain against Chelsea, shows a great deal of confidence in Rodrigo. And I think he's really seen that this season in terms of the goals he scored, the performances he's given. That's really paid off so far. Let's see. Let's get some more comments in. Let's see. Right. Any more comments? Another debate is about Llorente for Coops, if Coops is fit. I mean, it's an interesting one. For me, yes, I'd do it. I would do it because I think we need a left footer on that left side of the back two. In terms of Llorente fighting for the right side, Cooper and Sturridge fighting for the left-hand side, and possibly Sturridge at left back. And I think he's a decent option. I think Llorente's played well this season. I do think Llorente and Koch has worked well, but I think Cooper, just that leadership more than anything, I think does take us to another level in that kind of sense. It makes us a lot easier to build play out the back, having a left footer on that left-hand side for me, linking up with Sturridge, linking up with Mark Rocker. But yeah, that's a debatable point. I think Koch definitely keeps his place. I think Koch has been the better of the two. And I think Christensen and Sturridge, it goes without saying, will start as the fullbacks as well. So, yeah, for me, let's have another yes or no. Yes or no. If Liam Cooper is fit to play this game? Yes or no? Does he come in for this game? Does he come in for this game? Let us know. There's quite a few. I know Liam Cooper's not everyone's cup of tea, but I do really like Liam Cooper. But let's see, yes or no? Does Cooper, if he's fully match fit, come in for Llorente in this game? Yes or no? Alex says yes. Okay, yes or no? Yes or no? Any more comments? Any more comments? Okay, no more comments. You're just leaving me hanging here, guys. You're just leaving me hanging. But yeah, I think that's a debatable point, definitely. Let's talk a little bit more about Brentford. I think Brentford are an awkward team to play against. I think we've seen it. The games we played against them last season, the games we played against them in the Championship, and that Thomas Frank. Let's be honest now. Thomas Frank is a very good coach. There's no doubt about that. Thomas Frank is a very, very good coach, and yeah, he's got that Brentford team playing really good football. I think obviously 𝐼𝐍 Toney is someone to definitely look out for. I think that's another factor as to why I'd probably start Liam Cooper in this game. I think Liam Cooper's experience, the fact he's played against Toney a couple of times, I think it is it's very much something I'd look at. I think Toney is one of the best strikers outside the top six. And 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍, 𝐕𝐻𝐶, both very good players as well. Keane Lewis-Potter has made a good start to his Brentford career. Josh Da Silva, Matthias Jensen, they've got goals and creativity in that team. I think Norgaard's out. I think Norgaard's a very important player for Brentford. But yeah, I think Brentford have got some dangerous players. Of course, Damsgaard as well. I think Damsgaard, I don't think he's started a game yet for Brentford, but someone who's definitely someone to look out for. He's essentially their Christian Eriksen replacement. But yeah, there's some interesting shouts here. It says Leo Pielda maybe even start the game, according to 𝐷𝐄𝐑𝐄. Let's have a look as well. 𝐷𝐄𝐑𝐄 also says, I love Dallas, but we'll probably only drop Pascal for him. Yeah, I think obviously we forget about, never forget about Stuart Dallas because, listen, he's a top footballer, but he hopefully will be an option this season. Let's see if we can get Stuart Dallas fully fit back into the team. It's going to take time, obviously, but the left back spot, the right back spot, potentially centre mid, there's still options for Stuart Dallas. He's still a very, very good rotation squad player to have in this team. It's going to be useful for this football club, hopefully in the second half of the season. Martin says yes, Cooper coming in for Llorente. That's something I'd agree with. So overall, guys, my team tomorrow, in terms of what, I'm not saying what I think it will be, but what I would go with, it would be Meslier. So 4-2-3-1 as usual. Meslier, Christensen right back, Koch right centre back, Cooper on the left, Pascal left back, Tyler Adams, Mark Rocker as always in the midfield 2. Aronson on the right, Klich in the 10, Harrison on the left, Sinisterra up top, unless Bamford is fully fit to start this game. This is another interesting one as well. Koch and Pascal are the best pairing. I think, it's an interesting point. It's definitely an interesting point. I think we've all kind of discussed this one quite a lot. But I don't think Pascal's going to play to centre-back until Junior Firpo's back or Stuart Dallas is back, because we don't have enough options to play left-back at this moment in time. So I do think Pascal will play at left-back for the foreseeable. And I think he's doing a good job there overall. Let's see. Alex Whitaker says, currently, with who's match fit, I'd go Leo, Pascal, Koch, Rasmus. So presumably that is Leo Hjelde back at left back, Pascal left-sided centre-back, Koch on the right, and Rasmus Christensen at right back. Interesting. Firpo, I'd be very surprised if Junior Firpo is starting tomorrow. Interesting if Junior Firpo gets straight back in. I'm not sure he will. Because I think Pascal's form's been really good. We know Jesse Marsch is pretty loyal. He does a pretty consistent 11. I think he has been impressed by Pascal Schwit's performances. I don't know. It's all speculation at this point. I think we start the season we're going to be 6 games into the season after this game, and we're still not seeing the whole team yet. In terms of after a full pre-season under Jesse Marsch, so it's still very interesting in terms of who, who's going to do what in the team. I think Junior Firpo, all we've seen so far is him have a really good game against Blackpool. In terms of this pre-season, and this season. That's all he's done so far. So it's interesting. It's interesting. It's all speculation. Ayling starts if fit. Interesting debate this at right back. I think, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I've not seen enough of Christensen yet to debate that one either way. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be an interesting one when Ayling is back fit. But unfortunately, it feels like that's still quite a bit away by the sounds of things. Alex Whittaker, I really want Firpo to kick on and do well. I just wonder, is he going to shore up defensively? That's all he's lacking. Yeah, I mean, I think going forward, he is underrated. I will say that much. I think he's got decent technical quality. It's just defensively. Yeah, there is question marks. And I think ultimately we need our defenders to be good 1v1. We know we're very open as a team. We do play on the front foot. We do push our fullbacks high up the pitch. So it's an interesting one, really. I think you do need your fullbacks to be good 1v1 in this system. I think Christensen dominated his 1v1s against Anthony Gordon on Tuesday. I think he was pretty dominant in those situations. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Let us know, guys. But I think Firpo, I think the main thing with Firpo is obviously the injury record and suspensions. In terms of that's the main issue, really. Is he going to be able to play a consistent run of games for the Leeds? If he can, let's see what he can do. Steve Brown says defense does worry me. Tony could bully our centre backs. I think Tony can do that against most back fours, to be fair. I think you have someone like a Liam Cooper in there who can a little bit more experience, a little bit more leadership. Then it's a decent option. I think Robin Koch has shown he's good in the air, but I think Tony, he's a dangerous player. Tony, I think he is someone who this might be his last season at Brentford potentially. Let's see. Scooby D2 says Click is a 30-minute man. Just what does Joe have to do to get a game? I mean, you have to say, for me personally, this season, based on purely on this season, purely not on potential future at Leeds, etc., I think Click has been better than Joe 𝐉𝐻𝐈 for me in terms of performances. I do think Click's played really well, to be honest. Whether that's more because he's coming on as a sub rather than starting games is definitely a debatable point. It's definitely debatable. I think Click has benefited from playing less football in terms of having more recovery time. Coming on against tired legs sometimes. And I think he's playing a different role that suits him more as well in terms of playing the more number 10, higher up the pitch, trying to get goals, trying to create chances. I think it really does suit Click's game. But for me personally, I think Click has been the better of the two this season. I do agree with Scooby D2. I'm not sure if this is what Scooby D2 is trying to suggest, but I do think Joe 𝐉𝐻𝐈 potentially is more suited to being a number 10 right now in his career than a centre forward. I've felt this since last season, really. I think his ability to take on a player, his ability to make things happen, and really, take the ball in tight areas and create. I do think there's a potential for that with Joffrey 𝐉𝐻𝐈, or as a second striker. I'm not sure he's an out-and-out number 9, personally. I'm not sure he's an out-and-out number 9. But let's see. Let's get some more comments in. Justin Thomas says, don't think Joffrey's ready. He needs to drop back to the 21s. Yeah, I think he does need regular game time with the 21s still. But I do still think Joffrey, last 20 minutes of a game, last 25 minutes of a game, last half an hour of a game can make an impact. I think that has to be where we're at with Joffrey 𝐉𝐻𝐈. I think last season we saw him make an impact at the start of the football matches, towards the end. The Brentford game, the Brighton game, where he started in the game and he made an impact. But I think for the time being, he's probably more of an impact sub. I think he's probably suiting him more in this system. I think coming on, late on in the game, trying to impact it, does feel to me more suited to Joffrey at this moment in time. When the game's a little bit more frantic, there's a bit more chaos in the game, you're against tired legs. Yeah, I would say that's more suiting for Joffrey at this moment in time. Let us know in the comments, guys. Let us know in the comments. But that is my feeling on that one. I don't know. Let us know what you think about that, guys. But I still think he should be starting games for the 21s just to get that game time up, that match fitness up as well. Listen, Justin, that is correct in terms of we didn't have other players in those positions. And if he was fully fit, he wouldn't have been near the first team. That's correct. But he still, for me, did make an impact. I think he did still make an impact no matter what last season when he starts the games. But I think he's better as an impact sub. You just get that confidence up a little bit. Yeah, I think it just is confidence with Joffrey at this moment in time. Let's see, any other comments coming in? Will Gnonto get minutes? I hope so. I hope so. I think Gnonto has got the potential to play as a winger on the right or left because he can go both sides. He's good on both feet. I think he can play through the middle. I think he could even be a 10. So I think he will get minutes a lot. I think he'll get a lot of minutes this season because he is so versatile and he can play several different positions and convincingly as well. I think Dan James never really convinced in one position. I think Gnonto is showing, the fact he's got caps for Italy already at 18, that he can play in these different positions. And listen, I've already said, if anyone is new joining this video, I wish Dan James nothing but the best. But for me, who's got the bigger potential out of Gnonto and Dan James? For me, it's Gnonto, and I think that's ultimately why we made the decision to sign Gnonto, because I think it felt like Dan James was going to be more of a rotation option this season rather than an instant starter. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's for me. That's for me. I'm not, dismissing Dan James' quality. I just think Gnonto has that little bit more. Well, has more potential. I think he has got a lot more potential, to be honest. I think he's a really, really top signing. And I think in different circumstances, I think there'd be even more enthusiasm for Gnonto, to be fair. I think it's just the fact that it was late in deadline day. But I do like this signing, and I do still think he can make an impact this season. It's interesting. Will he make the bench? I don't know. Will he make the bench? Let's have a yes or no. Let's have another yes or no. Another famous yes or no. Will Gnonto make the bench tomorrow? I'm going to say yes. You got 9 players on the bench. Why not? I reckon he should. He should get a chance off the bench for me. Let's have a look. Yeah, Russ, my man Russ. Hope everything's going well, mate. Is saying yes. Blinky Fish says no. Alex Whitaker says yes, but he doesn't see him coming on. Justin Thomas says he's not in England yet. That's quite embarrassing for me. But I don't know. Let's see. He can fly over if needed. He can fly over to Heathrow and then play. But no, if that is the case, he's not actually in England yet. Then he probably won't make the bench. I probably wasted a big conversation in that case. Only messing, guys. Only messing. Danny Rumsey says no, he won't make the bench. He's not even seen ER. Yeah, Justin, I might have gone too early on Gnonto starting this game, to be fair, mate. I might have gone too early on this, but I am excited about this signing. According to Danny Rumsey, to be fair, he was at Leeds today. Okay, which is it? Was he at Leeds today or was he not at Leeds today? I did think I saw this as well, to be fair. He was at Thorpe Arch for his interview. I'm pretty sure it did seem to be at Thorpe Arch there. He did the interview at Leeds Academy. Okay, so I'll take it as he is in Leeds. But he probably hasn't had many training sessions. He probably had one training session so far. So it's interesting. I guess it's just down to how much Jesse, trusts Gnonto from the off to make an impact in the team, really. Yeah. Let's see. But I don't know. I don't know where to go with this guy. So is he in Leeds or is he not in Leeds? I'm sure watching that interview, it felt like that was at Thorpe Arch in the academy at Thorpe Arch there. But yeah, I'm not sure. He's not. I don't think he's going to start the game, to be honest. But we'll see. It's turned into a big debate this now, guys. Keep smashing that like button for us. We've almost got 100 of you in the chat, which is absolutely fantastic as always, and subscribe if you haven't done already. We're pushing for 26,300 subscribers, which is mad. Thank you so much for your support, guys. And this is my thinking as well. 14 Yorks. Somerville has more potential than James. In fact, anybody in the squad that can complete it. In fact, the second part of that, actually, to be fair to me, I only read the first part. I agree the first part, definitely. Somerville has more potential than James. I think the second part is harsh, to be fair. I think the second part is harsh. Dan James, to be fair, I think was top on the assists for us last season. I think he's a good player, but I think right now, I think we probably do need that bit more end products, and I think that's why we made the decision that we did. But yeah, I think Gnonto will be a better option for us than Dan James. That's just my personal view on this one. But I think Somerville should get the minutes that James got. That James seems to be ahead of Somerville in the pecking order. I do think Somerville did enough in that Barnsley game and his other matches to justify being ahead of James for me. I think he can definitely kind of equal James's end product from last season at the very least. I do personally think that if he gets enough minutes. But you let us know, guys. Is that harsh? Is that not harsh? I don't know. Why are we talking about Marcus Alonso, by the way? I'm not sure why are we talking about Marcus Alonso in the chat. It's a Leeds versus Brentford preview. Let's see. Yeah, this is true as well. I mean, the set pieces have to be better, especially against Brentford. Defensively and going forward, we know how good Brentford are on set pieces. Certainly when they take them, they've got the long throw, they've got that quality delivery. They cause a lot of problems in set pieces. Ben Mee, Jorgensen, or Zanka Jorgensen, Pontus Jansson, who I think is actually fit for this game. They can cause us problems in those situations. So we're going to have to be sharp on the set pieces and not giving away stupid set pieces as well, more than anything. And I think Jack, it wasn't Jack's night in terms of taking set pieces on Everton. Let's just say that. Okay, right. So we're coming up to just under half an hour. Let's get some predictions in. Before I leave, let's get some predictions in for tomorrow's game. I'm going to go for a 2-2. I'm going to back us to get something from this game. Maybe even win it, but I think a draw feels about right. I don't think many teams will win it at Brentford this season. I think it's a tough place to go. It's a tricky game. I will go with a draw, a 2-2. Let's get some comments in, guys. Let's get some comments. Let's get some predictions. Don't leave me hanging. Let's get some predictions. I'm going to go 2-2. If someone can give us a score prediction, so that's right. There we go. I was getting a bit panicky there. 2-1 Leeds, says Dirty Leeds. Repeat of obviously last season's result. Let's hope. Alex Whittaker says 2-2 for me as well. I'm actually very nervous for it. I'm not so much nervous for it. I just know Brentford are a good team, and this is a big test for us. But I still think there's goals in this team, even without the natural out-and-out striker. Let's hope Paddy Bamford can play some minutes. Steve Brown says 2-2. Cam Strickland says 2-1 Leeds. Danny Rumsey says, I'm going for 2-1 Jack Harrison, 89th minute. Imagine if he does it again. Unreal. Scooby-Doo2 says 2-1 loss. Dean Wood says 1-1. Robs says tough game 1-1. Michael Atkinson says 2-1 Leeds. Blinky Fish says 1-1. Derek Burgess says 2-1 win for Leeds. So, it's either 1-1, 2-2, or 2-1 Leeds, or 2-1 either way. So, 1-0 Brentford, says Robbie. 8563 Robbie. So quite a mixture of predictions. Some saying we win, half saying... So, kind of like a third say we win, a third say we draw, a third are kind of maybe a bit less than a third saying that we lose the game. But I believe, Michael, that Pontus is... let's go to this one first. Pontus is fit for this game, apparently. Justin Thomas says 3-1 Leeds if Paddy starts the game. Let's hope he does. Let's hope he's fit enough to start the game. I think it makes it a different kind of football match if Paddy is good enough to... Well, not good enough to start the game. We know he's good enough to start the game if he's fit enough to start the game. But guys, we're coming up to just under half an hour on the video. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done already. Hit the subscribe button as well. Plenty of post-match content as well. Myself, I will be doing a post-match reaction to the game. So make sure you look out for that after full time. Player ratings as well. And plenty of post-match content, I'm sure, off Chris, Jack, Tash. Check it out, guys. And if you haven't done already, smash that like button and hit the subscribe button as well. And make sure you look out for tomorrow. There will be post-match content after the game. So make sure you keep it locked. Get that notification bell on as well. And cheers, guys. Anyway, cheers. And I thought I'd do a last-minute live preview, and I'm surprised how many people jumped on. I'm absolutely buzzing with that, guys. Thanks so much for your support. And next time I do go live, I will give you more notice. Let us know what you think about the studio. Believe it or not, it is a different setting to where the old one was. I've kind of somehow been able to rearrange everything back to where it was. But it is. It's actually in the same room, but I have rearranged it, so it's actually facing a different wall. I still need to sort the lighting out, and this will be sorted as well. But let us know what you think about the studio. It's better than what it was. I wanted it to look more professional, and hopefully it has done, guys. Cheers, guys. Anyway, big thanks, and I'll just give you all a shout out here. Thanks, Justin. Thanks to Scooby-Doo2. Thanks to Steve Brown. Thanks to Blinky Fish. And yeah, thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. See you later, guys.